I do not feel good. I feel grim. Got a bit of a headache over here. I had a bit of pain, bone pain in my foot last night. My stomach has been a bit upset and I've had cravings. And that's what happens when I eat off plan.
Eat your fatty meat, drink your water.
Even though I got steak for days for my birthday, thank you mwah, to the people who love me. I had like boop, 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 all these beautiful slabs, which I made my way through. But at the same time, I did the FAFO diet. That's it. That's what I call it when I eat off plan. So I had 3 years and 3 months is how I started Carnivore. And even though I tried to introduce some dairy and eggs and a few other animal products in that time, it didn't work for me. And I ended up doing Lion Diet. It took me 2 or 3 months to just get to Lion Diet. But once I was there, I would say I did Lion Diet for like 3 years. And that was nearly 6 years ago. So at the 3 year and 3 month mark, I decided that because I was so strong enough and healthy enough, I was going to put myself back out into the world. And so I needed to introduce some other foods into my diet so that if I was ever stuck at an airport or in transit or whatever, that I knew that there were other foods that I could eat besides plain ruminant meat and fat. So I began bringing in other foods. I don't know why, my instinct told me avocado, pear, and mushrooms. And I introduced those, and I didn't feel anything untoward. But at the same time, the kind of floodgates were open, because now that I had introduced a different taste, different appetites were being woken up. Not appetites for nutrients, appetites for just yum-yums, sensationalistic, Not as bad, but at the 3 year, 3 month mark, I started to bring those in. And then I also started to spend a lot of time at a friend's house, and she had jars of honey, and you know where this is going. So I would go to her about once a month or once every 6 weeks, and I'd stay there for a few days. Foods I always only did whole foods. So it's not like I was digging into chocolate and stuff like that, not at all. But I was hoping that I could have Lion Diet as the basis, and then a looser kind of, I guess, keto is what I thought, where I thought I was going. It did not work for me. It did not work for me. I ended up again having back pain. I used to get this lower back pain. I ended up with that again. I ended up with headaches. I ended up with a whole bunch of stuff. So I did that for 14 months and then stopped. And then for the past couple of years, I've been primarily Lion, and then I'll pull in Carnivore. But when I eat Carnivore, not Lion, I go for dairy, and dairy triggers all my sugar responses. So last weekend on my birthday, I had the most beautiful steak. Oh my, I just numbed out. And then I thought, it's my birthday, let's go have a snacky treat. So I went up to the shop and I bought, and this is my favorite stuff, like to bug out on dairy. Amasi is an African yogurt, and milk and cream. And out of those 3, only cream is the one that really is allowed. So, that forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned again, and I'm paying again. I can feel it. So over the past week, not only have I had carnivore and dairy, I have had nuts 3 times. Dairy is a gateway drug for me. I am unfortunately unable to be a moderator, so I have to be an abstainer. And the minute I have some dairy, I become dissatisfied with the meat. And I caught myself yesterday. I was like looking at my meat and going, and I was like, where the hell did, oh, right, yes, you've been doing dairy for the past week. So I'm done now. Now I'm in hangover, and it's full sugar hangover. Full sugar hangover. Little bit of static around the edges, bit of a heavy head over here, and a little bit of a distance from the world. My teeth feel a little loose in their gums, and my skin feels very dry. And then if I can feel, yeah, there, I can feel a little bit of a twinge of pain in my finger over there. Yeah. And you know what? I'm glad I'm so sensitive. Somebody not on my path might look at me and say, well, what's the point of eating that way if you can't put anything else in your body? It's because my body was so ravaged by the time I dragged myself, clawed myself. Thank you, Lucretia. Devastated by autoimmune disease. Completely restored to health. Woohoo! Completely restored. Body strong, beautiful. I turned 57 last week.
58, my mistake.
And never better. Now I've been a carnivore since I was 51 and always will be. I will be a carnivore now till I die. And I will farfo now and again because I know that I can get away with it. And my rule is do the crime, do the time. No faces, no whinging. So this is what I'm saying to anybody who is carnivore curious or who is carnivorous, but falls off. You know what happens when you fall off? You get back on. That's it. You fall off, you get back on. I do it very consciously, and I'm not going to run out there and eat pizzas and throw down sodas and all kinds of processed stuff. I wouldn't do that because I know how my stomach would respond. And that's also the wonderful thing about being a carnivore. Honey, it poops out. It poops out. I've had the weirdest experiences where I can literally feel, about 6 months ago, I went to a friend's house and she had this cheese platter and there was some beautiful cheeses that I was completely allowed, and I had a few of them, but I also had 2 spoons which I licked off of a cream cheese that had some kind of chili in. Let me tell you, that came out in the same consistency as it went in, and boy, I could feel that chili. It felt like I was squeezing it out through a toothpaste tube. I felt absolutely sick as it was coming out. I was like, oh, my whole body felt sick. My whole body felt it. And it just came vroop out. And when it was out, and my body felt completely normal. Like I was like completely normal. It was like a 4-minute process to get the processed foods out of me. And I am glad that my body responds like this because it shows me how clean I am. It's like if you're smoking cigarettes, when you're smoking cigarettes, you don't taste the chemicals, right? I smoked cigarettes, not every single day of my life, but I've always been a smoker. I always had some in the drawer, always had a little packet of 10 in the drawer my whole life, just in case. Sometimes I wouldn't touch it for a month, 3 months, but somehow I needed to know that whatever it is in that cigarette, whatever, I needed to know that I had that. My first year of carnivory, so I just turned 52. I remember having about a half a cigarette, I can't even remember. I had like a couple of drags maybe of somebody's box cigarette. When I woke up the next day, I felt like I'd been sprayed in the face with a can of cockroach spray. I could feel the toxins in my body. So I'm happy to be a carnivore. I'm happy to be a lioness. My body, because I'm not saturated in the toxin, immediately shows me, oh, that's gross, that's bad, that's not good for you. The body's trying to get rid of it, Anyway, so those are a few rants from my carnivore kitchen. If you are interested in carnivory, consider me your meat mother. I'm here to give you tips and rants, tools and techniques from my very basic, minimalist lion kitchen. And I love you, and I want the best for you. And I want you to feel poisoned when you are poisoned. It's eating off plan. That's all it is. You haven't messed up. Carnivory is not a cult. Lion diet is not. All you have to do to get back on is get back on. Poop it out, sweat it out, excrete it, let it go, rinse it off, give yourself a loofah and get on with it. Get back on. And then I know that it's going to take me 3 or 4 days of just meat. That's what it's going to take me to get rid of the sugar cravings. The longer I far, the more I foe. So this has been a week and it's fine. If you like what I'm offering you, please like the post, share the post, and follow me, subscribe, so that we can show YouTube that this is a channel worth watching. Okay, there's no medical data here. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm an experiment of one. And I'm here to tell you that I can see you as healthy and vibrant as I am right now. And I wish that for you. So if you eat off plan, just hop back on. And don't think of it as cheating. My friend Louise Benning, she's a fantastic meat activist. She taught me this. You can't call it cheating because you're not gaining an advantage. Cheating would infer that somehow you're getting something out of it, but you're not. All you're doing is sabotaging. But I also know that every time I mess up, I'm taking that healing time away from my body. Because even though I'm strong and healthy and beautiful and vibrant, there's so much stuff going on with the body, especially as it gets older. It needs more nutrition, a little bit more love, more care. That's how we grow old, gracefully. They're like, oh, I'm getting old. I'm like, you're not getting old, babe. You've got food poisoning. The end. And I know what food poisoning feels like, because this is what food poisoning feels like on a smaller level. Can feel it, yeah, it's fine. But I'll cut it off at the quick. So, happy birthday to me. And, oh, it's my carnivore birthday soon. It's my carnivore birthday in 10 days' time. Okay, I love it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash it all out of me with a lot of bone broth. I'm going to make an oxtail today. I'll start making that. My next video, I'm going to show you what happens when I actually just use a pack of just oxtail. What a luxury, hey? Okay, I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.